G'day and welcome to the GameFace Footy Show SFNL Division 3 Episode 1. I can't wait for this because a bit of movement happening in Division 3. I'm joined by two guys that know absolutely everything about Division 3. One of them is from Hampton Park. He's over here, Jackson Fry. Welcome to you, Jackson.
Thanks, Robbo. Good to be here, mate.
Good on you, mate. And we've got Will Hunter here, who knows everything about every division when it comes to football in this region and out there and the southern, everywhere. You know it all, Will. How you going, mate?
Yeah, very good. I do a pretty reasonable job of making people think that I know what I'm talking about. So, going all right. Yeah. But how good is it to have Jackson Fry?
It is absolutely fantastic, and we're going to be dissecting Division 3 SFNL every single week to talk about the happenings, the goings on, and if you want to stick out more what's going on out there in Division 3 and across all the divisions as well, you can download the GameFace app. Go to the Google App Store. I'm sure you know how to do that. You can check out live scores, news, and catch the live stream of the matches, which is a fantastic thing, and you'll be doing that. You'll be live streaming games with our mate John Donahoe. Get out there and bring the games to the people.
Yeah, very excited about that, Robbo. So, different game every week in the Southern League, and it all kicks off this weekend. Donna's on board for season 2019. Good get. He and I will be calling the games. Yeah. As you said, you can watch him live on the GameFace app, so that's very exciting.
GameFace SFNL Group 2. Get on and post your own content on there. You can get involved as well. We've got to talk to you, Jackson, because obviously Hampton Park, the Redbacks, it started out last season, 2018, with high hopes. You recruited really, really well. One of the first games was against Springvale, a big match there. I think it was on the
Good Friday.
Good Friday game. Huge crowd.
That was a massive crowd.
I came down and checked that one out. It was really close. Springvale Districts, we know what they did last year. They went on to win the premiership, but just faded late in the season, the Redbacks. Mate, talk to us about where you're at.
Yeah, mate, we did. We went out in straight sets, which was a bit disappointing. Springvale knocked us off and then lost the preliminary final to Endeavour Hills. But we've got a new coach this year, Justin Hill. So great to have him on board, and we've recruited quite well, so we're really hopeful that we can, again, finish in the top two, and then once finals comes around, hopefully we can go a couple better this season.
Oh. So unfortunately you missed out on a premiership medallion a couple of years ago with Chelsea Heights. You were injured throughout the final series. A bit disappointing from your point of view, but a good opportunity ahead of you this year.
Yeah, that was very disappointing, Will. It was a bit unfortunate, but that's footy, mate. You have ups and downs, and then went across to Hampton Park last year with Jason Chappell, and still there this year and excited what we can do with this group in third division.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward, not back.
That's it, Will. That's it. Always moving forward.
Good on you, Jackson. I really appreciate you being here today because I really do need to know what's going on within this division, player movements. We've got a top 15. Will, our man here, has been working really hard across a lot of different competitions to find the best players within each competition. Top 15, predictions for the top 5 players. Come on, Will. What you got?
There's a few pretty handy players in this competition. We've already seen a couple of them make the list already, and Buddy Spawn from Black Rock, and of course Jake Chapman from Ashwood, both absolute stars. But Hampton Park have obviously got some elite talent, and obviously the reigning BNF winner from Ashwood in Paddy Carroll. You could imagine they'd probably be up there. There's plenty of talent in this Division 3 competition.
Definitely will. Yeah, as you said, Paddy Carroll. There's a few guys in Hampton Park. A new recruit of ours, Ryan Pearson, who played at Oakleigh District last year. Shannon Henwood, who's our assistant coach and captain. I expect him to feature. Phil Ward, who won a Div 3 BNF the other year at Hallam. He's playing at Endeavour Hills. So there's plenty of talent. And then you've got Batson that plays Endeavour Hills. He's as good as any midfielder in the comp.
Actually, I think Batson's given it away.
There you go. I would have had him in the top 5, absolutely.
Which is, obviously a massive loss for Endeavour Hills. And don't forget Clayton as well. They've got a bloke by the name of Jaden Gilmore.
Of course, yeah, he's a gun player. Played against him in Division 1 only a few years ago, and he's an absolute star, yeah.
So some very good players around the traps, Rob. It'd be interesting to see where this countdown ends up, and no doubt, no matter who's number one, it'll be wrong with the people.
Yes, don't worry.
You can't please everyone, Will.
Don't you worry. They're all tuning in to the GameFace app and on the Facebook page there to see who you pick, mate, and to absolutely tear strips off you when you get it wrong. Will is charged every week getting out there and interviewing some of the players, some of the coaches, some of the special people around the football clubs in Division 3 at the SFNL competition. You went out to Hampton Park, mate. Club of the hour. And who'd you catch up with?
Well, it was actually at the media day. I think I ran into Cory Phillips. You know Cory pretty well at the park.
I do well. He's our co-captain. He was captain last year.
You'd want to hope he'd know the co-captain of Hampton Park.
Corey's terrific and a great player for us and a great guy. So obviously you caught up with him, and no doubt the chat went well, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. He wasn't exactly shy about Hampton Park's chances this year. So
it's definitely a goal.
Let's see what he had to say.
The Hampton Park Footy and Netball Club had a successful year of sorts in their inaugural year in the Southern Footy and Netball League last year, joined by one of their biggest stars, Cory Phillips. Cory, how was your first year in the Southern League last year, mate?
Yeah, it was different. I think we underestimated how good it was going to be. They were way more physical, and it was way better than what I thought, to be honest. Yeah.
What's the buzz around the club at the moment?
Yeah, there's a massive buzz. Obviously, losing that prelim, I think a lot of players that played in that day were pretty cut. Even the twos losing the grand final, everyone's really, really driven this year. We're taking a pretty big pre-season.
Not going to put too much pressure on you, but what are your thoughts and expectations of this side in 2019?
Flag.
There we have it, folks. A one-word answer. Looking forward to seeing what you guys bring to the table, and no doubt it'll be a big year down at Hampton Park. Thanks for joining me, and best luck for the year.
Cheers, Bill.
Well, you love a guy that's straight to the point and bullish about your chances. No pressure there, Jackson.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is our goal. We're not shy in saying it, but from my point of view, we just want to finish in the top two and then go from there. But that is the ultimate goal, there's no doubt.
What are you playing for if you're not there to try to win a premiership, mate? So I get a little frustrated when I hear teams just beat around the bush and say, we'd like to... we don't want to mention finals. Mate, let's go.
1 week at a time.
Yeah, we're pushing the finals.
How good was the honesty, though?
Yeah,
it's refreshing.
Yeah, it is refreshing. Good to see. Well done and good interview. Will, thanks very much for bringing that to us.
Thanks,
the coach of the week is not necessarily going to be, Jackson, the best coach. It's going to be a coach that's out there. We want to bring the coaches closer to the people. We're going to be doing a team of the week. I'm sure you guys are going to be talking about that, and Jackson will be featuring... I'm sure.
Hopefully, right.
I'm sure you're
going
going
to get kicks.
I reckon if Jacko has a hand in selection, he'll put himself captain.
Why not? Got to be confident. Rising star is always a great one. We want to see those young kids come through and be the club champions of the future. And the burger comp, Jacko, is... Look, we've been billing this. We've been talking about this for a long time. Will's our man. He's going to get out there and try a few more burgers. He's had a few in his life. He's going to have a few more burgers. He's going to report back to let us know which club has got the best burger. Now, I'm sure you appreciate a good cafeteria when you go to the footy, mate.
Absolutely, mate, yeah.
These days, they've got a barbecue offset to the cafe or the cafeteria, and they're really doing the good stuff. Do they do anything down at Hampton Park?
Yeah, we do. We've got a good tent set up just across from the canteen. I'm not sure if you tried it on Good Friday last year, Robert.
Mate, I was watching the KGs, mate. I brought my own sushi.
But, we'll get down to Hampton Park, mate. The tent will be ready near the netball court, and the burger will not disappoint.
Fantastic. You know what? I was actually there for that. We call that game on the Good Friday, and
last year.
I was very impressed by those burgers. You know, I have it on very good authority that when the Brains Trust at Southern League were assessing Hampton Park's application to join the Southern League, one of the key considerations was the burger.
Yep. And that got us in the league.
Jeez,
come across.
Proof's in the pudding, mate. But
very good.
In all seriousness, there's quite a few administrators, past and present at HQ, that are very fond of the burger at Hampton Park. They'll go very close this year in the burger stakes, and you know what? It's a tough job. But
someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I'm happy to put that. So.
Good on you, Will. You're always willing to sacrifice for us here at the GameFace Footy Shows. Let's discuss this competition's new structure, because it is a little different. Let the people out there know what we're looking for.
So it's 6-team comp in Division 3 in 2019. Probably not an ideal number, but they're the cards that the league have been dealt. So Mount Waverley were pushed down from Division 2 in Division 3, have a few on and off field struggles in the off season, and most recently went into recess for season 2019, which obviously isn't ideal, and Heatherton then took their place into Division 2. Obviously a couple of further changes in South Yarra being pushed down to even up the numbers there with a 17 comp, so they've been pushed down, and obviously Hallam being relegated, and Springer Districts being promoted on.
Plenty of movement there, Will.
Yeah, so it's it'll be an interesting competition. How do you see it?
Well, I mean, Clayton coming down from second division. It wasn't long ago that they were playing finals in Div 1. and Cerberus coming up. The Navy boys won the flag. So, look, it's going to be an interesting year. Obviously, with 6 teams, going to play some teams 4 times, which isn't ideal. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting season, and there's final spots up for grabs. And with Clayton and Cerberus, you just don't know. It's a great unknown with sides coming into the comp. And obviously, very disappointing, Mount Waverley. You don't want to see teams fold. Hopefully, they can come back into the league next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. So, from your point of view, who are some of the key, teams to look out for? I mean, there's a lot of unknown with a few of them coming in. Who are some of the ones you're really looking out for?
Oh, Endeavour Hills, absolutely. They've played in the last 2 grand finals, so they're a quality side. They were very well coached last year. I know their coach has moved on. They beat us by 8-10 goals in the prelim final. They're a quality side. Clayton coming down. Clayton's a proud club. I mean, as I said, last time I played Clayton, they were Div 1 finalists. That was only 4 years ago. Ashford will be thereabouts. Blackrock's another one. I've heard good things about Blackrock. They picked up a few good players. So, yeah, they're going to have our work cut out this year. Obviously, we at Hampton Park are confident that we can be right up there. So, yeah, it's going to be a good season. Will can't wait to play round 1 this week.
6 sides in it and top 4.
Yeah, so there's final spots there.
Yeah, plenty of opportunities for you guys to make the top 4.
Definitely, yeah. No, it's
I'll go to you though, Will, for the last one on the premiership favourite for you. Obviously, the Hampton Park are going to go real close, and that's what you'll say, Jacko. So I'll leave you out of this one. I'll get you, Will, to just give me your reason why premiership favourite.
Well, it'd probably have to be Hampton Park, I think. They were thereabouts last year, and probably should have gone a lot closer than they did. Obviously, they've recruited well. New coach in Justin Hill as well. Ryan Pearson coming across, Lee Brown as well. Strengthened their key position stocks.
We've also picked up Peter Dye, who played with you, Robbo, Dumpton Eagles. So he's a noted goal kicker. He's going to be very handy for us. That's another good get. And Luke Bain, who played in a premiership at Chelsea Heights, also won the best and fairest there when I was there. So we added those 2. We needed a ruckman and another forward, so they're probably and Ryan Pearson. It's probably our main 3.
Are you hungry for it? I mean, you obviously straight sets. It hurts. Go out straight away, and right at the start of the season, you will build as probably being a premiership favourite. 2018. You move into 2019 with a new coach. What was the pre-season like, mate? Did everyone rock up ready to go?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, we all brought in. We're super hungry. I've never been hungry. I played footy and cricket for a long time. This is the year.
Yeah.
We've brought into the coach and the club. The committee's backed us. We've got a great following. This is hopefully our season. We'll be leaving nothing unturned.
It is a great club, Will. I've been down to Hampton Park a few times. Actually played for them once and played a couple of gigs for them. They love their social stuff and they really get around each other. So the Redback supporters will be really excited to hear that news, that they've really worked hard in the off-season, the summer, ready to play some football, and it's back. So let's talk about those games. I'm going to get some tips from you. The first game there, Ashwood versus Blackrock. Who have you got, Will, and why? And I'll go to you next, Jacko.
Yeah, interesting game this one, Robbo. Blackrock and Ashwood. Blackrock picked up a couple in Buddy Spawn, the big American, over from Monty Alec. And of course Ryan Handley, who's played a fair bit of footy in the Eastern League, will significantly strengthen the side. But of course Ashwood have plenty of muscle around the ball. The Carroll brothers in Ryan and Paddy, and of course Jake Chapman as well provides that X factor. So I think they'll probably be too strong for the Jets.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ashwood will win. Another great pickup for Blackrock's Lockie Dobson, a former teammate of mine. He's a genuine star player. He'll be very good for Blackrock in 3rd division.
Coming off a shoulder problem from
he's
last
got
year,
a bad
hopefully.
shoulder. Hopefully it holds up for him.
No, he'll be right. He's as tough as a $2
He's
steak.
a genuine, he's a good swingman in the whole comp, forward and back. So he'll be great pick up for Blackrock. But Ashwood will be too strong at home, I think, by about 5 goals in that game.
I love your food analogies and a few cricket ones in there as well, but the food one's just absolutely fantastic. Move on to the next game, Cerberus versus Endeavour Hills. Will?
Hard to know where to start with Cerberus. I've got pretty much a brand new side from the one that won the Division 4 flag last year. Obviously the key loss being Jimmy Miller, who's fantastic to see him go up into VFL contention. He signed at the Dolphins, which is fantastic for him, and obviously nominated YCW as his home club of choice. But yeah, really well coached. They've got a couple of interesting players on their list, but a lot of an unknown quantity. Endeavour Hills obviously be pretty disappointed with losing the last 2 grand finals. So if they're not hungry after losing 2 grand finals, they're never going to be hungry at all. So I'd probably back Endeavour Hills in that one. A beautiful ground down at Cerberus too. Have you been down there?
I haven't, Will. I look forward to it. We only played in there once this year, I think about round 8, so I look forward to the trip down there. But yeah, I think Endeavour Hills will be too strong. Good to see Jimmy Miller. Obviously, bloke can play. He's listed at the VFL club, so he's obviously a star and probably too good for Southern Div 3, so good luck to him. But yeah, I think Endeavour Hills will win that game against the Navy boys down there.
And the last game being only 6 teams in the competition, Hampton Park versus Clayton. We already got the tips there. I'm sure Hampton Park should shoe this one in, Will.
Well, there's no real shoe-ins in Division 3, and although Hampton Park will probably start favourites, you can't discount Clayton. New coach in Jason Smith taking over the reins there, which is good to see. And a couple of really handy recruits. Chris Harrison has won some best and fairest at Clayton when they were in Division 1. Jesse Henderson, former Clayton ruckman, returns there, really strengthened them around the contest. And of course Byron Ho, ex-Endeavour Hills ball winner. Another big body around the contest, so plenty of guys for you guys to match up on.
Oh, absolutely. We're looking forward to taking on Clayton. It's going to be a very, very tough game, and that's what we've come to expect from them. We played them 4 times this year, so we'll both get a good look at each other. But we're confident. We've had 2 good hit-outs in practice games, and confident we can get the round 1 win at home this Saturday. Looking forward to it.
So I reckon Hampton Park, but not going to be much in it, I don't think.
Good on you, boys. Really loved all of that and gave us all the information there for SFNL Division 3. Round 1 is coming your way this weekend. Get out there and support your team. Hampton Park has been really well represented tonight in here at the GameFace Footy Show by this man, Jackson Fry. Thank you, mate. You're
Thanks,
fantastic.
Great to be here, mate. Thank you.
Mate, I reckon every week, get him back. Make it happen. All right? Apparently he's too expensive though. Yeah? That's been the GameFace Footy Show. I'm Robbo. I've absolutely had a ball today. Thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors here at GameFace. That's been the Footy Show for SFNL Division 3. See you soon.